Pass to Goose. Here's Bay. Here's Goose. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker's got 5. Here's Goose. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
And so it's New Orleans, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter. Making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Goose, he's checked in for New Orleans. So for New Orleans right now, Saddiq Bey is out there with Trey Murphy. Then there's Murray. And it's Goose. And it's Williamson in at the center position. Now here's Porzingis. Hasn't made one yet. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Goose. Rebound by the Hawks.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Kispert finds Porzingis. Shoots over Bey. Porzingis can't hit. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Pulls it from 20, and the jumper is on the mark. 30 points for Goose.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
Here's McCollum. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Trey Murphy didn't dunk in a game until he was a high school senior. Crazy to think now with the length and the leaping ability he has. He said back then there were times where I'd have doubt or be a little stressed about my future. If I said I knew I'd end up here, I have been lying to you. Kevin?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Zachary Risacher checked in for Kispert. Here's McCollum. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Well, he's raising the stakes here in the second quarter and being more efficient in the process.
You know, Tim, throughout his career, C.J. McCollum has been the model of consistency.
Well, you can count on him to get you 20 with efficient shooting, Kevin. We've seen it now for over a decade. And I love his calm, steady demeanor. It stabilizes his team.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Beyond the arc. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
Williamson outside. In the corner, Bey with it. And the Pelicans hit again from deep.
And I love how assertive Bey is offensively. Solid at catching the defender there off guard.
And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Risacher sets the screen for Johnson. Pass to Risacher. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Risacher's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 32 seconds left in the first half. Here's Goose. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. The tray, and again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
The Hawks shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
From the arc, Goose's shot is off. And so it's New Orleans, rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead to All-Star Weekend. Let's see who's in the running to compete in the three-point contest.
I hope we get to see all of these guys expand the field if you have to.
Yeah, just get a center or a power forward in there. The game has evolved. Us big guys need a representation.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Pelicans.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation and play to their strengths.
Self-awareness, an important trait for those who are constantly trying to get better. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. We've seen a tremendous game from Goose.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. And it's McCollum in at the one spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part of your pregame regimen, Tim?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, I was really going to be judged based on catch and shoot percentages. Can I get off threes and can I make threes? So for me, it was all about high volume three-point shooting before the game, getting comfortable from every spot on the floor where I may get a shot.
And same routine every game?
Every game, same thing, and I made sure, of course, I finished on that make.
Wow. And that one's good. Daniels.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. He takes it in, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Pelicans shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
The Hawks trail by 21. They double-team Johnson. Down low, and McCollum with the slam.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And they seem to have found something out there. I like the confidence they're playing with.
That's tipped, and he gets it back. Here's Rizachet, and it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Shot's good by Goose.
And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.